My name is Ahmed Asad Safiri.
Yes, your name?
My name is Jihad Ziad Abu Nama.
My name is Hosni Talal al-Batsh.
Okay, the teachers. In fact, this is students here as a sample of what happened here in Gaza. Israel destroyed everything here. They destroyed everything, industry, agriculture, and they are still trying to assassinate the educational process. We have here in Gaza just one way, educational process. As you see here, those students are a sample of what happened here in Gaza in the last war. For example, the first student lost his legs, okay, in the last war. And you mean to student begin his life, what does this mean to lose his legs when he, let's say, 18 or 20? Last year, while he was preparing himself for a secondary exam, the third secondary exam here in Gaza, suddenly, while he was revising the lessons with his companions, with his classmates, a rocket, okay, hit them. As you see here, he lost some fingers of his eyes, he lost completely his legs, okay, but this is what happened before 2 months of exam, okay, before his final exam, he was secondary certificate, okay, after 2 months he tried to do his best, okay, to present his exam, and alhamdulillah, he succeeded in his exam, then joined this university. The other students here lost his eyes. And you can imagine the life of a student lost his eyes. How can he live? He studies, he depends on himself. Now, he is even in this meeting, he couldn't come early because no one bring him here to the college. In a visit to his friend, okay, next to the border in Gaza, Hay Shujaiya, okay, suddenly, while he also was sitting at his home, and at the time he was at secondary school, I'm talking here about not soldiers or not militants, they are students. Now, their ages, let's say, aged 19, 18, they are still young, okay? While he was visiting his friend, also suddenly rockets attacked his home, his place where they're sitting, and unfortunately, he lost his eyes, okay? And you can imagine the life of a student lost his eyes. Now, maybe 2 months ago, he talked that there is a treatment for me. I think this is a treatment just in 2 countries, in the USA or in London. And as you know, the situation here in Gaza, complete siege and closure, he can't do his operation to see again. Okay, this is what happened with that students. And the other one, also the last students here, lost his legs under the knee, okay, by a rocket. He was visiting also as a friend. The war started on the first day of the final exams here in the college. He went there to revise his lessons. Unfortunately, when he arrived to his place, also another rocket attacked him. He thought that at that time, he's a civilian, so what's his mistake? Nothing with him, just his box, okay, to revise. And the war started on the 27th of December 2008. And here in our college, that day was considered the first day of the exams. So as you see here, he lost his legs. What's his problem? What's his mistake? He wants to revise. And as I mentioned, they are, by the way, one of his friends also lost his life as a martyr at that day. Hundreds others. For example, another one lost his eyes, but to those who lost their legs and arms, a large number, because no one could bring them here to the college, they couldn't come here today, just those 3 students, and after a long suffering, they managed and arranged to come here to the college. What I'm talking about is not a film or a play. This is our life here. This is a real situation. And we have dozens of students like that. Maybe, alhamdulillah, to me, I lost my shelter. I lost my house. And I can't build another house. But what happened to those students? That one who lost his eyes, or lost his legs, or the other person. And they are, as I mentioned, a sample of students. The students here in the college, 60 of students lost their lives. We lost 60 students. This situation, this talking, as I mentioned, is a real one. And you can imagine a life of students, university, and as I mentioned, we have one way, which is education, and you can imagine the life of students living that way or in such a way. But alhamdulillah, we intend, we resist, we plan to go on in our life. We will never surrender at all. No way to get back, okay? This is our life. We are going to do our best to overcome all these obstacles.
I'm an English teacher at the University College of Applied Sciences. I got the first rank upon Palestine level in the secondary certificate and complete my education in the Islamic University, getting the first rank in the bachelor degree. And I also have a master degree, getting the first rank in this degree. Now I'm working as a teacher, and I try to getting up the souls of students to love English and to break all the walls to communicate with other people, and I hope to succeed in my job. Really, when I remember the war, it's a very horrific thing or event in my life, because I faced a lot of troubles, especially that I lost my youngest brother, 12 years old, and my cousin, 17 years old. They were playing on the roof of our house. And we didn't know the reason, because the air struck them suddenly, and really they are sacrificing themselves for us, because it was to lost a lot of number of the family, but by Allah will we were saved. And when we getting up to the roof, we found nothing but blood and flesh. And up till now, we don't know the reason, because we loved our brothers. My tears every day are weeping him. And before that, I lost another brother in Norway before just 6 months before the war. He was a very successful filmmaker. And in the day that when he went to pick up his wife and the children who were coming from Gaza, in the same hour, we lost him. We didn't know the reason up till now. My husband, before 8 years ago, again we lost him in America. We don't know the reason. It's ambiguous accident. He was a very successful translator. He went there to continue his study, and he was a very successful man. All the time I remember, or I'm living in a company of these images in my life. Now I have a dream to complete, to keep up, to continue, to challenge this life, this hard life. When I remember all the beloved people in my life, I try to challenge, to go on, to bring up my children on the message that we love Palestine and we love Gaza. Gaza, though we are living under the siege, it's beautiful, it's nice. And we have to sacrifice for it, because it's a rose in our life every day. We have a new chapter, but it's in an old story, the story of the Palestinians. Now I have a dream to complete my study outside, because I dream to have PhD in English, because I have many dreams to continue and to get that to the students and to the other people in the other world. Thank you very much for your solidarity. Thank you very much for your support. There is no word for you. There is no word enough to thank you very much for your coming here, for taking the risk to Gaza. Thank you very much.